What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos on here weekly and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm excited for the NBA season. It's almost here, guys. It's this close away from tipping off. Clippers, Lakers, a bunch of great games to start the year off. You know, I'm excited, and I gotta give my NBA Finals prediction. I have to. Who's going to win the NBA championship now in a season where we don't have a KD-led Warriors team, where there are no more super teams, no more dynasties? The league is as balanced as it's ever been. This is going to be one of the greatest NBA seasons of all time, guys. I firmly believe that. So who's going to come out on top? Who's going to win the NBA Finals this year? And there's a lot of great candidates. And it really did come for me down to two teams. I don't think a team from the East will win the Finals. I'll get to who I think will get to the Finals, you know, in a little bit in the East, okay? But it came down to two teams from the West for me as far as winning the championship this year. It came down to the Los Angeles Clippers and the Houston Rockets. And I really thought long and hard about this. I think, look, to get the elephant out of the room, yes, the Clippers are better than the Lakers. I don't care what anyone says. I made a whole video talking about that. Be sure to check that out if you've not checked it out already. But to kind of go over what I talked about in that video, listen, the Clippers were a 48-win team last year, okay? A 48-win team last year without two superstar players. So they almost won 50 games without a superstar player. Now they add two top-tier players. One being Kawhi Leonard, you can make the argument is the best player in basketball right now. To me, he's definitely top three. And Paul George. Paul George coming off an MVP season. He's a top 10 player in all basketball right now to me. He's that good, okay? And look, they took the Kevin Durant-led Golden State Warriors. Not the Warriors in the finals versus the Raptors where Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, a bunch of players were injured. No, the fully led Kevin Durant squatted Warriors. The team that was pretty much unbeatable. They took them 6 games last year without a superstar player. That is an amazing accomplishment. It shows how good, it shows how deep that team is. It shows how well coached they are. And that gets me to the other point. The Clippers have a better head coach. I'm sorry, Frank Vogel. He left the Orlando Magic. What do? They get better. They make the playoffs. The year he was with the Orlando Magic, they won 29 games the first year, 25 games the next year. So they got worse as he was on that staff. And then what happens when he leaves? They get better. The Orlando Magic got better. I understand he's a respectable head coach. He did coach the Indiana Pacers pretty well a couple years ago when he had Paul George, Roy Hibbert, David West, a great team. But Doc Rivers is a way better head coach than Frank Vogel. I don't care what anyone says. The Clippers have a better defense when you combine a 3-time defensive player of the year in Kawhi Leonard, you know, Paul George, one of the 5 best defenders in all basketball, Patrick Beverley, the best defensive point guard in all basketball. They got players like Montrezl Harrell to guard people on the front court. Okay, look, the Clippers are going to be one of the 3 best defensive teams in all basketball. They're the better coach team. I feel like they fit more together well as a team. I think Kawhi Leonard and Paul George fit into this team better than Anthony Davis and LeBron James do their team. Not saying Anthony Davis and LeBron James are not better than Kawhi and PG, but again, I just feel better about the Clippers. Better defense, better coach, just as deep of a team as the Lakers, and I don't know how good LeBron is going to be coming into his 17th season this year. So that's how I feel about the Clippers. As far as the Rockets go, look, this is a 53-win team from a year ago, guys, okay? And keep in mind, they did not have Chris Paul for about 25% of the season. They didn't have Eric Gordon for 25% of the season, and they didn't have Clint Capella for 25% of the season, okay? Those are 3 of their 4 best players from last year, okay? And they won 53 games with 3 of their 4 best players last year pretty much being hurt and not being able to play games, okay? This is a loaded roster. Now you add Russell Westbrook to this team, a guy who for the past 3 seasons has averaged a triple-double, guys. This is one of the 5 best point guards in all basketball in Russell Westbrook. He's an upgrade over Chris Paul just because Chris Paul last year was 34 years old. He was going to be 35 years old heading into the playoffs. A 35-year-old Chris Paul was not going to be able to help the Rockets win a championship this year. He was not going to be able to carry that Rockets team as the number 2 option on that team. It just wasn't going to happen, okay? So Russell Westbrook is an upgrade from that regard, okay? And when I look at Russell Westbrook, I get it. The last 3 years without Kevin Durant, you know, when he's been the main guy on his own team, he hasn't gotten past the first round. And I totally agree. That's not great. Russell Westbrook deserves a lot of blame for that. But I will say this. The Oklahoma City Thunder were behind the 8 ball as far as the direction goes of the entire NBA landscape. They were too dependent on big men, and they did not pay attention and invest enough into getting Russell Westbrook shooters around him. Russell Westbrook, he did not have enough shooters around him in order to succeed. In order for him to maximize his opportunity to win a championship and to win games, they didn't have enough shooters around him. Russell Westbrook is going to be in heaven, kicking the ball out to Eric Gordon, to PJ Tucker, to Ryan Anderson, to Gerald Green. I mean, the Houston Rockets have 4, 5, 6, 7 legitimate three-point shooters on their team. They're a deep roster. They go about 10 players deep. This was the best three-point shooting team last year, and now you add a guy like Russell Westbrook, a guy that's led the league in assists, by the way. So I get a Russell Westbrook player that's led the league in assists, that's going to have a bunch of shooters to distribute the ball to, who's going to have the floor spaced out for him to be able to dunk and ham on people in the paint. I mean, this might be one of Russell Westbrook's best offensive seasons of all time. He might lead the league in assists this year just because there's so many shooters on that team. James Harden has been arguably maybe the best player in basketball as far as the regular season goes, okay? Pretty much the past 3 years has been James Harden, LeBron James, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo last year. James Harden's World League MVP, okay? He's a great player, a top 5 player in all basketball. This is a team that loves to go all out in the regular season, and to me, I think they're going to finish with the best record in basketball. It's going to be they're going to have the best offensive basketball. Their defense is going to be good enough. I like the addition of Tyson Chandler. I like Thabo Sefolosha on this team. I just like this Rockets team overall. And now this year, without a Kevin Durant-led Warriors team, I have them winning the West. Yes, the one kryptonite for them the past couple years was been the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are going to be without Klay Thompson for 75% of the season. They're going to be without Kevin Durant, arguably the second best player in all basketball. May have been the best player in basketball up until he got hurt, okay? They're going to be without him. They're going to be without Andre Iguodala. The Golden State Warriors, the one kryptonite for James Harden, this Rockets team, these past 4 or 5 seasons, is not going to be there in the playoffs. They might be there in the playoffs, but that's not the same Warriors team. I'm not very high on the Golden State Warriors this year, so I think the Rockets, they're going to have home court advantage throughout the entire Western Conference playoffs, and to me, that matters. I understand people want to say, oh, LeBron James didn't have home court advantage when he was with the Cavaliers. Yeah, but it's a lot easier when you're playing teams like the Indiana Pacers, the Atlanta Hawks, DeMar DeRozan's led Toronto Raptors. I mean, come on, guys. The Eastern Conference is not the Western Conference. In the Western Conference, home court advantage matters. There's too many good teams. So, I don't think the Clippers and Lakers will be good in the regular season. I think they're going to be a good team, no doubt. They're probably 2 of the 3 best teams in all basketball to me, personally, okay? But LeBron James doesn't care about the regular season. Anthony Davis has been hurt often. I will be shocked if LeBron James and Anthony Davis go all out in the regular season. I will be shocked at Kawhi Leonard, who missed 22 games last season, to have load management. Kawhi Leonard does not play back-to-back games, guys. He doesn't want to play a whole lot of games in the regular season. Now coming off a postseason berth where he pretty much played a whole extra 20 games, Kawhi Leonard is going to want to have rest. He's going to want to have load management for the playoffs. So by the time the playoffs roll around, he'll try to be fresh. And Paul George is going to miss the first at least 10 games of the season. So the Clippers and Lakers, they have a lot of moving parts. James Harden and Russell Westbrook have already been playing together for a time in Oklahoma City. They went to NBA Finals together, so they're going to pick right back where they left off, in my opinion. I just think that they're desperate and hungry, and they are going to want to win this NBA championship this year. So I've talked enough about the West. Let's get to the East, okay? I believe the Philadelphia 76ers will go to the NBA Finals. I've done a video talking about the 76ers. Be sure to check that video out if you've not checked it out already. But I'll talk about the 76ers a little bit. Okay, listen. They arguably might have the best starting 5 in all basketball. It's at least top 3 in basketball right now. Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, a guy they added in the offseason that I like a lot. He's going to fit right in with their system. He's a great three-point shooter, a great lengthy defender at the 2-guard position, okay? He's going to add a lot of value to them in the three-point shooting game and as far as their defense goes, okay? They got a guy like Tobias Harris in their starting 5, okay? That's going to move back to his natural position, the 3 position, the 4 position. He was playing a little bit of power forward last year. That was not his true position. He's going to be the small forward this year, okay? Al Horford. They bring in Al Horford, a great veteran player. Name a defense that Al Horford has been on that's not been good. Al Horford is a great captain. He's a great leader. He's a great veteran presence. He's going to provide about 10 points per game for you, hopefully. Probably a lot of great defense, a lot of great rebounding. He can switch on to a lot of great guards and defenders. He's just going to help this team overall. Al Horford is going to really help the 76ers. And Joel Embiid might be the best big man in basketball, not named Giannis or Anthony Davis. Okay, so Joel Embiid, I think he has the chance to win the MVP this year. I think he has a chance to be Defensive Player of the Year this year, guys. And getting back to defense, the Philadelphia 76ers, along with the Los Angeles Clippers, the Utah Jazz, are going to have a top 3 defense in all basketball. This starting 5 is long and they're lengthy, and they will bother you defensively. Ben Simmons, a 6'10 point guard. Josh Richardson, a 6'6 shooting guard. Tobias Harris, a 6'9 small forward. Al Horford, 6'10" power forward. Joel Embiid, over 7 foot, one of the best defenders and shot blockers in all of basketball. The 76ers are going to be able to match up with any team defensively, guys. And let's not forget last year, guys. The 76ers, in a year where they traded for Jimmy Butler, they traded for Tobias Harris, so they had a lot of moving parts. So the chemistry was not quite there, okay? It was not quite there last year. In a year where they had a lot of chemistry issues, a lot of moving parts, they took the eventual NBA champion Toronto Raptors 7 games. Okay, they took him 7 games. If it was not for a Kawhi Leonard shot that bounced about 3 or 4 times on the rim and went in and sent the Sixers home, they might have beaten the Raptors in overtime. And Joel Embiid was also not healthy in that series. He had a lot of tummy aches. He was not fully healthy, was kind of sick. So Joel Embiid was not even 100%. And they almost won that series. This is a Philadelphia 76ers team that's really, really good. And if Ben Simmons develops a jump shot, it's been shown. It's shown in the preseason. He's starting to shoot some jumpers. He's starting to hit a lot more three-pointers. If Ben Simmons gets a jump shot this year, guys, oh my God, he's already a top 20 player in all of basketball right now. He might become a top 5 player in basketball if he develops a jump shot. That guy is that special and that good. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are going to have talks for MVP this year. They're really good. The Sixers are better than the Bucks. They're gonna have a defensive personnel to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo. I do think that Malcolm Brogdon and Nikola Mirotic not being there for the Bucks is going to really hurt them come playoff time. I think the Bucks will finish with a better regular season record than the Sixers just because they want to manage Joel Embiid's load this year to be healthy for the playoffs. You know, Ben Simmons is kind of tweaking some things with his jump shot this year, but come playoff time, they're going to be one of the best rebounding teams, one of the best defensive teams. They will be in full sync when the playoffs come around. I don't buy the Celtics this year. I think the Celtics are very good, but they do not have a superstar level player or a player that's at least close to that to take them over the top. I like Kemba Walker a lot, but we've not even seen him play in a playoff game yet. Jason Tatum, we've been saying for, these last 2 years, oh, Jason Tatum's really going to break out. Well, we haven't seen it yet. And even if Jason Tatum breaks out, how much will he be able to break out? Will he be able to carry this team to a championship? I don't know. The Celtics have a lot of good B+ level players, okay? The Sixers have 2 A- players in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, okay? There's about 7 superstars in basketball, okay? Between, the Kevin Durant, the LeBron James, the Kawhi Leonard. Bottom line, you need a great MVP level type player to take you over the top in the playoffs. And the Celtics do not have that. The Pacers, they're going to be without Victor Oladipo for a little bit of the season. I don't buy them even in the playoffs with Oladipo. There's 2 teams that to look for to win the championship this year, okay, in the East. It's the Sixers and it is the Bucks, okay? So those are the 2 teams. So I have the Sixers meeting the Rockets in the NBA Finals this year. And I don't think the Philadelphia 76ers will have the best record in the East. I have the Celtics actually finishing with a better regular season record than the 76ers this year. I have the 76ers as a 3 seed. So what does that mean? They're going to have to go on the road potentially to face a Boston in the playoffs. They're going to have to go on the road to face a Milwaukee in the playoffs potentially, okay? And I do think eventually playing all those road playoff series is going to take a toll on that team. And even if they do get the best record in the East, which is very possible, I still think the Houston Rockets are the better team. I have the Houston Rockets winning the NBA Finals in 6 games over the Philadelphia 76ers. I think the Philadelphia 76ers are really good, but they do not have enough shooting to keep up with a team like potentially the Lakers, like potentially the Clippers, like potentially the Rockets, who I have in the finals and beating them. I think that the Rockets are going to be too much offensively for Philadelphia to keep up with. It's despite Philadelphia's great defense, the Rockets' offense is just going to be too much. And I feel like that Russell Westbrook and James Harden are going to be on a mission. These are 2 players that have had multiple failure after failure, choke job after choke job in the playoffs. But this year, they're united together. There's no more Kevin Durant led Golden State Warriors in the playoffs for them to have to, potentially go through. That was their kryptonite. That team is gone now. They're going to be motivated. They're going to be at their best, in my opinion, in the playoffs. And James Harden has shown flashes to where he's getting better in crunch time situations. James Harden, he's still kind of a choker, but he's not the choker he once was in the playoffs. He's starting to turn that corner. I think this is going to be the best offense in basketball this year. I think this team is good enough defensively. I think they're a much deeper team than any team out east, okay? So this year is going to be the year of James Harden and Russell Westbrook. The Rockets are going to be the best team, arguably, in basketball in the regular season. They'll have home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs. That will matter. Even if they don't finish with the best record, I do think they'll finish with a top 3 record in all basketball. They will have home court advantage, probably over the 76ers. And even if they don't, I still think they're the better team, and they can beat the Sixers in a Game 7 in Philadelphia. So I have the Houston Rockets this year winning the NBA championship over the Philadelphia 76ers in 6 games. James Harden, your NBA Finals MVP. That's pretty much a wrap for this video. Be sure to tell me where I'm right, tell me where I'm wrong, tell me who your NBA Finals team is this year. I really would like to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.